Well, I was a little bit late filming that pit stop from our team. That was our second pit stop with P2. Fantastic. P2. Yeah, I couldn't film that pit stop because I was filming something else on the other side of the circuit. I do a lot of B-roll footage and a lot of, if I get a chance to film anything and everything, I will. And while we're at it, I think I showed you last time, but I'm going to show you again, a chap called, big shout out to Baz, who's done really well, 146.1. Baz, well done. And yeah, I showed you this chap last time. This is Rhino Sports Recovery, and it's Tom, and he's got all sorts of gadgets out to help people, and that's Dean, and he charges people £15 before the race, or well, before their session, and £15 after their session to just give them a nice massage, you know, and recovery and all sorts. So he's really helping people out here. He's got his bed and everything. So that is something new in the paddock, which we've never seen before. By the way, these loudspeakers are proper loud. We've got proper commentary this time during our races, and that is the glorious, absolutely glorious tower, race support tower or race tower, where they do all the commentary and everything, which I showed you earlier at the start of the race, and also in the intro of this video. Oh, by the way, say hello to my old 1992 Cabriolet. This time I decided to come on this car because the weather was glorious. So yeah, and I found a really, I mean, you cannot go wrong with this parking spot. I found an absolutely stunning parking spot. There's a Lamborghini there as well. I filmed it earlier. I'll show you a bit in the B-roll. Yeah, absolutely. But I'd love to have one of these trailers. My i4 Williams trailer can only have one bike on it. I'd love to have something where I can sleep as well. Absolutely, I love this building. It is just out of the world. They've just thought outside the box with this one. Okay, let's go back. We were P10 when we started the race, as you know, and we are now running P2 handsomely. And Steve Ward is out. He's got a decent pace, but we are so proud of Andy Ashcroft, who went out at the start of the race, and he put us in a very good position. And then Jamie Harris, you know, took that baton on really nicely and kept us at P2. And he put some, I think he put 6 to 7 seconds on the team behind us, which is track snags, I think. Also, I must report, which I forgot to mention earlier, sadly, and I'll show you a clip now off the screen, we got penalized by 7 seconds because Jamie was released 1 point something seconds earlier. Well, he left the pit lane 1.7 seconds before the 31.9 second mark. So we got penalized, and this is what I mentioned to you earlier, that penalties can come very easily and they can really hamper you big time. So, you know, these are the things you've got to manage, and this time we made sure that when Steve Ward was going out, we gave him extra time, so if he does go quite briskly through the pit lane all the way to the end, at least we don't get penalized, even if it's 1 second, because every second gets multiplied by 5. So we were 1 point something second, and that got multiplied by 5, so it was, I think it was 6.8 second rounded off to 7 second penalty, which is we have to take that on the chin. Okay, I have no onboard footage for you for Steve Ward because he doesn't have a camera on his bike, so I'll show you some scenes from around the paddock. Okay guys, it's all a bit frantic at the moment because we've got the national team, the national class team, which is the JJ Racing. They're doing a pit stop, and our man Steve is coming in as well. Here comes one of the Lodge brothers. Uh-oh, problem with the paddock stand. Chain comes off, wheel comes off, come on. A little bit, not as smooth as they normally do. There's a person with a fire extinguisher. The fuel's going in, rear tire sorted, and as soon as the fuel man is done, the other Lodge brother is go, go, go. Okay, here comes Steve. And Jamie's timing him now, so this should be 15 seconds rather than 13. We've increased the time to 2 extra seconds because we got penalized on our first pit stop by 6.8 seconds. There we go. Andy Ashcroft goes out. Perfect pit stop. And I think what Steve was saying, that he can't see the pit board, and everyone's been complaining about the pit board because, I mean, our pit board is a lot black and a lot of other pit boards are very kind of fluorescent pink, fluorescent yellow. So yeah, everyone's been saying that they've been struggling to see the pit board. Okay, let me show you now some onboard footage from Andy, because he does have a camera on the back of his bike, unlike Steve. Okay guys, time for another pit stop. Let's give you a bit of a recap thing. So at the moment we are P2. Andy's pace has dropped slightly. I think he's about 2 seconds a lap slower than what he was before. Team 3, Sandy Racing Campion, is a really quick guy. They are chasing us big time, and the gap is now 10 seconds. It was 35 seconds before, but they've got to come in for a pit stop. They've got 4 riders and one of them on a 600. Baz's team, the Trackslags B team, Baz is doing consistent laps. I mean, 1:46 dead is a very good lap. So they've overtaken us now. We were leading earlier, but let's see. So Campion from Sandy Racing have just pitted, and we are about to pit ourselves any minute. Okay, here we go. Andy's here. 15 second is the stop. I'm going to stay out of action. Here we go. Andy's here. We got to wait 15 seconds and Jamie goes. Sometimes I have to be careful because NoLimits staff are right here. There we go. Yeah, that's a NoLimits lady, and I don't want to get told off by her by filming in the pit lane, which is dangerous. So here we go. That's Baz. They were leading, so they've come in. Team 3 have come in, and we are Team 2 in terms of positions. So everyone, so Baz has come in and Dennison has gone out. Ashcroft has come in and Harris has gone out. That's our team. And here Campion has come in and Crone has gone out. So top 3 teams have pitted within 1 lap. Within 1 lap. I mean, that is real close racing. And anyone can win this race. Anyone can be second and anyone can be third. The 4th team, they are behind us by about 40 to 50 seconds. That's the last time I looked at. But yeah, it's very interesting. Just like Anglesey, I mean, at Anglesey we were leading the race for 90% of the time, and then the crash happened, and hopefully that shouldn't happen now. I hope not. But let me show you now some footage from Jamie's bike, some onboard footage. Okay guys, time for the last pit stop as the national team in our garage get ready for theirs. Andy's putting some emergency fuel in his bike. He doesn't need to go out, but if something happens, then he needs his bike ready. So 26 minutes to go. Steve's getting ready, and we are P2 at the moment. And Jamie's just done his best lap, which is 1:48 point something. I'll put that on the screen now, which we are really proud of because that is his best lap of the day. 1:48 something. So that is really encouraging. Here we go. Jamie comes in. Timer starts. We've got 15 seconds to wait before we go out. Jamie's really enjoyed that. You can tell from his body language. He's done his best lap time of the day. There we go, 15 seconds over. Steve goes. Absolutely amazing. I do not have any footage of Steve to show you going around because we do not have a camera on his bike. We've only got camera on 2 bikes. So I'm going to show you some scenes from various pit stops. Okay, welcome back everyone. Let's go back in the garage as Andy takes some suspension advice from a suspension guru. We're going to go because things are getting really hot and interesting. We've got only 12 and a half minutes to go. We are leading the club class at the moment. The pace of Team 2, which is Abdenemi, their rider, and our rider, the difference isn't that much, half a second to 1 second. We are leading by 6.5 seconds. However, this team position 3, Send It Racing, they've just realized that they are losing, well, the win, so they've sent their fastest rider out, Campion, and he's on his out lap. So I don't really know how much he can, I mean, he's a very quick rider, so I mean he can gain 4 to 5 seconds a lap quicker. He can gain that time on us every single lap. So that gamble for them can work. I mean, they are a minute behind us, 1 minute and 8 seconds after the pit stop, and obviously that's their out lap. That's their lap when they did the pit stop. But look at that time, that 1:43.5, that was set by Campion. So that is their quickest rider, and they've taken a gamble because they know they can't lose third, because the team fourth are probably 3 laps behind, very, very far away. So they've taken the gamble to see if it will work. They are quite a way behind us, but let's see what happens. But for us, the headache we've got at the moment is Track Slag's team. They are now 8.9 seconds behind us. So Steve has picked up some pace because we have been now started to show Steve, which we don't normally do. We have started to show how much further he is. So P1, so J.A.S Racing 85, which is our team number. That's the lovely Daniel Harris. P1, which is our position, and +6, so we are 6 seconds ahead of them. It should be 8 seconds now because we've just gained 2 seconds. So it is very, very tight at the moment. Too tight for comfort, but let's see what happens. About 10 minutes to go, hopefully, and we want to win this race. We really want to win this race. Fingers crossed. Next time you hear from me will be hopefully the finish line, unless something crazy happens like Anglesey, and we do not want that at all. 1 minute 20 seconds to go. P1 J.A.S Racing consistent laps by Steve. He's been getting consistent messages on the pit board. We are leading by 16 seconds to Team 2, and then Campion, this guy is on absolute mission. He's just done that. That 1:43.4 is the best lap time of the day. That was his last lap. So he's basically caught up massively, but I don't think that's going to be enough in 52 seconds. And looks like finally Team J.A.S. Racing will win this race. And on that occasion, I've actually got my special mic out, which you might see later. I thought I will interview all the team. Come on, Nate! Come on, Nate! Well done! Wow! Unreal! Unreal! And let me tell you guys, that was not Steve's main bike. He's been riding that bike and struggling on it all the time because his main bike is in absolute bits. Absolute bits. Massive congratulations to these guys. I think they've had a bit of a water or champagne sprinkling on that bike. JJ Racing, I think they're called. They've won the national class, and you can see the smoke everywhere. So I just wanted to come here to show you that was Steve's bike, which has been honed and kind of molded around Steve. And this bike obviously went kaput on practice day. So Steve had to get his rain bike, his spare bike, today. We deserve this. We deserve this massively. After the season this team has had, up and down, Jamie Harris, Andy Ashcroft, Steve Ward, absolutely deserve this. This has been a tough season, a very, very tough season. This has been really tough. You know, there was chances we could have won 3-4 times this year, and sadly due to crashes, due to reliability, we couldn't. But this time we've actually done it. We've actually done it. Well done, Steve. Steve, well done, mate. Steve, well done, my friend. Well done. Well done, mate. Well done. So there we go. The result of the race on the TV. J.A.S. Racing P1 C1 in class, which is our club class, and Steve's done us proud. Absolute team effort, and now all the bikes are going to be, as usual, assembled. For. There we go. P1. Jonathan Lodge, the Lodge brothers. Chris Walker as well, legend of racing, who was part of the team. Absolutely massive congratulations. But today is all about J.A.S. Racing. We have just absolutely smashed it. There you go. That's Bonnie Lane, MotoGP photographer. She's capturing the pictures of our team. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely amazing. What a result. I'm actually going to stick a mic on every single team member's nose today. Let's see.
How do you feel?
Well, the talking to us now?
Yeah.
I'm Jamie Harris. You've probably heard of me. I'm a big thing, and it feels amazing and much deserved to get a P1.
Oh, I'm bad at this kind of shit. I tell you, I'm terrible at this kind of shit.
How was your day?
P1, baby. That's it.
Oh, what can I say?
What a day you've had.
What a weekend.
Yeah.
Blew my bike up, first session, come back on my old bike, get it set up. Bloody P1. Can't believe it. Cannot fucking believe it. Excuse my language. Hooray!
Hip hip!
Hooray!
Hip hip!
Hooray!
Well, this is Parc Ferme, as you've seen it lots of times before. All the bikes line up, and they line up for a reason, because NoLimits Racing will come around, their staff will come around, and they will check a number of things on the bike, most importantly the tires, because you must only run Pirelli or Metzeler in this championship, endurance championship. You cannot run Dunlop, you cannot run Bridgestone, you cannot run Avon, you cannot run Nankang or any other tire. It has to be Pirelli or Metzeler. And if a lot of you know or don't know, Pirelli own Metzeler, so it's kind of the same family. And that's why you see a massive Pirelli truck during this NoLimits Championship, because they not only help with changing tires but also supply a lot of the tires. So we are going to show you now the podium ceremony where the team will be there. All right, this is now
Watching 3 teenagers
exactly, yeah, that's 3 hours after the race
murder in a minute.
with Paul Rennie and not much support except Paul Rennie. There we go, we got some claps. It's the end of the day. Finally we got the trophies. I've stayed here till 10 past 6 and finally we got the trophies. Well done to the team. What a great day for the team. Finally at 6 o'clock. That man is at Oulton Park. So the team deserved this big time, you know. First race we could not start the race because there was a exhaust manifold issue. Second race we crashed. Third race we crashed. Fourth and fifth we got third and second, I think. And then again we crashed on the last lap before the checkered flag at Anglesey, which you saw last time. So plenty of bad luck, and this team deserves to win a lot of races because the pace is there, and most importantly what you need in endurance racing is consistency, and consistency is there with this team. And today that was a great example of showing consistency and pace, and we won the race by 15 to 16 seconds, and that was absolutely epic. So from me it's a goodbye. Thank you for following J.A.S Racing, and we've got one more race at Donington Park. I'll see you at the next race. Thank you and thanks for watching.